morning, Tasty Nation. All right, I woke up, watched the market opened, and I'm loving it. So, remember, I love these red lines. Okay, so let's take a look. This is a 30-day chart. Let's take a look at what happened today. All right, this is a nice drop, and you're gonna see why you stay small and why you wait for opportunities like this. All right, so if you remember my last video, we talked about how we wanted it to gap open and hopefully it would give it up, and we talked about it staying below my white solid line. Now this is my 233-day EMA, but it's on the 15-minute chart, as you can see right here. Now I always talk about how when the market opens, you always look at if it can beat overnight highs or lows and see if it continues. Well, here's today is Wednesday. This is Tuesday. The light shaded gray area, for those of you new, that's after hours or before market, okay? So today is Wednesday, this dark black area. Here's Tuesday and here's Monday. So as you can see, I will zoom in. I guess I can try and zoom in here. Yeah, I'll just try that. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so again, this is Wednesday to Monday. Okay, so here's Friday, right? And this is the ES, the futures. And here's what happened over the weekend. And we're like, wow, and it gapped up. And I was hoping it would gap up and give it all back, but it didn't. It stayed above. All right, so this is Monday. Tuesday, here's right here. And then this is Monday. And here's after hours, Tuesday morning, and that's before market. And of course, Tuesday, it gapped up and then it gave it back. Right? I mean, here's what I'm gonna gap up. So here we close here Monday. Okay, Tuesday we opened up here higher, but then it gave it all back, right? And it went lower than what the previous day closed. So, that doesn't really affect my trade too much. I just kind of use it just to entertain myself, to be honest. And I'm looking forward, honestly, I'm really looking forward to see when IB rank will pop. Okay. If you're gonna scalp futures, I look at this too, but it also gives me an idea on what I want to look for as far as if I'm going to scale in more or if I'm just going to keep my core position small the way it is or add to it. So, okay, so here's what happened on Tuesday, right? But it wouldn't go below this white solid line that I have on my charts. And again, if you want the charts, subscribe. I give my charts free to all my subscribers. So at the end of this video, just hit like and hit subscribe at the bottom left here, and send me your email. I'll get it to you for free. All right. So anyway, here's Tuesday, and it closed and it finished and couldn't break this line. Now overnight though, okay. So after hours, right? Now each of these bars is 15 minutes. Okay. So overnight it went below, it broke below. So it was great. So today it gapped lower, big time lower. Okay. Which I don't mind, but sometimes I don't like when it gaps lower because then it recovers. Well, but this is a big gap down, which is great. And I'll show you what that translates to in the daily chart. All right. And I'm going to do that now because I want to see IB rank. So this is great because this is what I wanted. IB rank jumped to 12. See, watch, I'll show you. Okay, here's the daily chart, 6-month daily chart. All right. See that nice big red bar right here? All right. And let me zoom in. And then, okay, you can't see. Well, see these gray lines I have on my chart? These are the 2 standard deviation Bollinger Bands. Not for 45 days out, for that day. So if it actually touched down here, that's a 2 standard deviation move in one day. It didn't, got close though, like a 1 standard deviation move, right? So, and I wish I could show you the climb in IB rank, but can't really. It popped maybe, I don't know what, 10 points. IB rank here is red. That means it's below 50. It's only at 12.8, 12.9. You can see that there, right? So we want to get it to at least about 25 to get excited, but this is a good sign. All right, so here's how I use my charts. I go, okay, great. It gets me ready. Meaning, remember I told you it was kind of interesting because the market was going up over here. Well, I'll zoom in just like this. So see how it was trending down. I was hoping it would continue down. And my on balance volume chart, this chart right here is red. That means there are more sellers than buyers. But see how the market picked up like this, but it never got to green. It got green here, but the volume never got to green. That's a sign of weakness for me. So I was like, wow, and it's petering out. So this is good. So here's what I'm looking for. And just a real brief recap for those of you who are new. For my technical indicators, I like when this goes red here and this goes red at the same time. It's usually a good downward trend. All right. And I like also when that happens and my slow Scotch trade is up here going downwards too, because then it's a nice drop. I'll show you what I mean. A good example of that, I'll change it to like a year. And you can see right here, right? Red, 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 red. It goes red here. And it's still kind of verse at the top right here, like, oh, right here. See right here? It turned red on this day, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was already red here. It didn't turn red over here, and you had that nice drop, and it was down here. So that's kind of a good example, but not quite. This is a better one over here. It's already red here. It turned to red here. Nice downward trend picked up, then it went stayed red here, then it went red here. That's what I'm hoping for over here. But who knows? What do I know? No one knows anything. But it does give me an idea of what to wait for. Meaning, people ask me, Mark, are you in cash a lot? Yeah, I'm in cash a lot. Okay, why? Because I want the capital and the buying power to be able to make my trades when I have the highest chance of not losing any money. All right, because if I don't lose any money, that's the less work I have to do. You know what I mean? So, Warren Buffett has a point. Rule number 1 is don't lose money. Rule number 2 is go back and remember go back to rule number 1. So I said if you watch my videos, I know they're kind of repetitive, but it's because the market's been so repetitive. Meaning I didn't like all this red down here, even though the market was going higher. See, just like this, it was all red over here, but yet, got red down here and it bottomed out, and that's what caused the market to go. So this is going to turn over. If this continues, remember I said it can easily pull back to the 233 days, this white bold line right here. And it did. It came up. Look, no one thought it would come back, and sure enough, it came back. No one thought this is going to come back. I'm telling you, this is going to come back to 220, 2248 on the ES. On the SPY, it's 224. That's still high though, but hopefully IB rank pops. So that's what I'm looking for. See, it's red here. This is turning down. And over here, if you look at the values here, like I'll just click on how you read this. If you put your mouse over this one bar, and then you can see the values over here, right? You want the red number to be less than the yellow number, which is usually a downward trend. So here we go. Yep, there we go. See, it's 73.87 versus the 81. So I'm not gonna get too technical because I have a lot of mom and pop traders. You don't need to know exactly. You just need to know the number. So you see how it's turning over, turning down. That's what I want, and it'll continue down. And when this continues down, right, in this downward trend, IB rank will climb, 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 and then you'll have another opportunity like back here on April 19th. IB rank hit 50, right? So let's look at that. Look how long it took for it to get to 250, all right? One day. Look, IB rank is here below 2016, and in one day got to 50, right? The next day it shot up a little bit even higher, right? So that's one day above, it's one day above 50, 2 days still above 50. By the third day drop below 50 again. But look, by 10 days, I mean, count the days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Within 7 trading days, went all the way back down. So guess what happened if you had your golden gecko positions on here, right? Yeah, you made good money because of this IB rank collapse. That's what I like about this. You can make money even though you're wrong in direction because of your volatility collapse in your IB rank. All right, so that's what I love about this. Now let's just go back to SPY because a lot of you trade. Well, I'll go the other way around. A lot of my coaching clients trade bigger accounts, so this is your SPX. Okay. Take a look. Cash settled account. Take a look. Look at nice IB rank pops at 23 on the SPX. All right, and look at this nice turnover here. Okay, so I'm really liking that right there. Now, 1 second. So I like this turn down. It could easily pull back here. It looks really good for that. And once IB rank spikes higher, it's going to be great there. So let's look at a smaller index because a lot of people can't trade, something that's $2,373 a share. So let's take a look at SPY and then I'll go into IWM that's even smaller. All right. So here, by the way, if you're on these, look, I love that. Look at that nice spike in SPY. Okay, this is a lot better. This is a lot better. Hold on, let me see what's going on with my charts here. Yeah, the futures aren't as volatile. Okay, so this is nice. Okay. By the way, for those of you who are using Thinkorswim strictly for the charting purposes, when you have these charts, make sure you click on this setting gear right here and go to price axis and make sure that none of these boxes are checked because it'll make the chart easier to read. You can actually, it won't be so flat. So go to price axis, make sure none of these are checked, and then go to your time axis and you want to keep this box checked, keep time zoom. Okay, if not, look what happens, right? If I want to fit all the studies in or whatever that I have here, all the study markers, or if you do any of that and I hit apply, okay, when I zoom in on something, you can't really, it just kind of flattens it out. If I go back and go to price and I take out all these, okay, there, you see how it's a lot easier to read. So just a little tip there. All right, anyway, back to this. This looks really good, okay? If this can go, this just looks good. Imagine when this goes red over here, okay? And it's coming from the top. If this goes red here, like this over here, and this is on the way down, like that didn't happen here. If you're wondering why, see, it was already down here and it wasn't coming from the top. Whenever everything comes from the top or all in one direction, you're going to see nice moves. See, like here, bottom, 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 all going up and then all turning, like green here, green here. Nice trend. The reverse happens as well. So look, I'm looking for this into the summer. Maybe it might even happen before traders leave on vacation in June. So hopefully that's what happens. All right, so just be ready for that. All right, let's look at IWM. It's even cheaper. So this is my process. Don't get me wrong, I can go through this in less than 5 minutes, but this is my process every day. So I take a look. See how nice, and this is a nice range. So if you kind of look from here to here, this is why the people doing the golden geckos, even if you're doing the free version that I teach all my YouTube subscribers, I don't trade golden geckos. None of my private coaching members do. I taught them a more profitable version of it. But even if you did the ones I've been teaching you for free here, this is why it works so well. Okay? As long as you know how to manage it, or even if you don't want to manage it, as long as you, well, you gotta, there's a certain form of management. It's just, I like it. It's just predictable, it's consistent, no drama. All right, so IWM, I like this. Look, it's red here. See, IWM was a lot stronger. See the difference between IWM and SPY? Look at the my OBV chart right here. Okay, and I'm gonna switch to SPY real quick. Look at the difference. Red, 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 red here, right? Now watch IWM. Not so much. Okay, it's been doing very, very well. But look, red here. It's going to hit red in about, if it drops like 6 more points, it's going to hit red here. I just wish this was a little bit higher, so it'd be a nice drop. But if not, it could even drop like, all the way down to here. And you're going to see this nice trend. See, look, red here. Then it went to red here. It was right around here. And then look what happened. Nice downward trend and IWM back, right? I'll zoom in right here just to give you an idea. All right. And I'll slide this over just a little bit. So on a daily basis is what I'm looking for. See, red. It's not red here. Click on the next one. It's still red here, and then it turned red here. Downward trend. So if you have a bias, you could skew it or start, skew it to the downside, meaning bet it'll go lower if you're, to give you a bigger margin of error, right? The opposite holds true if you're doing it on, if you see this, right? Look, it went green here first on this day, right? And then the next day, right here, it got green here. You're like, oh, I better skew my golden gecko to the call side, the upside. All right. So if you're putting on a trade that day, that's what I'm looking for. Longer term, I'm thinking, oh wow, look at this, right? I want Ivy rank to pop. So of course, Ivy ranks this was low, right? I don't have a lot. I have smaller positions in. When Ivy rank gets higher, I put in bigger positions, right? So all my coaching clients, when they're ready to get going, I set up plans for them based on their personality and their risk tolerance level, how they want to do it. Everyone's different, and everyone has a different amount of money. So I give them ideas on business plans, how to best structure for them to sleep at night and still, and still make good money. So I just toss them those ideas, and what they do is what they do. It's their money. They decide on what they want to do. So, but as I'm looking at this, I'm getting excited because I can get ready to actually put more money into play, right? Because I have a higher chance of not losing money and a higher chance of making a higher profit. All right, so here's what that means on your chart. What do I mean by that? So let's go to SPY, and let's say you tell me, hey, Mark, based on this, I want to play both sides, but I'm more bearish. I think you're right, and the market will kind of head towards down to this correction level here. It may not happen in a day, but I see that trend happening. Right? So what would you do? How would you set up these golden geckos that you show us for free on YouTube? Well, here. So go to trade, type in SPY. Oh, let me get rid of my chart here. I will unexpand this chart. Oops, wrong button. Where's my little button thing? Here, collapse, sorry. Hit SPY, and then I don't really need this either. Okay, so that's this quote right here. See this little quote right, but then you can, okay, before I screw that up, I'll just type in a quote right here, and you can use the tools here, which I like because it's fast, right? I click on quote, this will come up. It'll give you some basic information here. Price, volatility, volume, okay? As you can see, volatility is going higher. This is for the last 30 days. You can do over in 60 or 90. Here's price. And if you want to chart, hit expand. It'll expand, and you can do, this is what I was looking at, the 30-day chart. You can collapse it here, and then you click this button again, it'll go away. Anyway, back to the golden gecko. And I got a new one I'm going to share with you. I've already rolled it out to my private members, but with a different twist. But I want to show you a generic one for a low IV environment. But I'll get to that maybe in the next video. I got some great comments. Robin, some guys on YouTube, thanks for the comment. I will show you, for the ideas, I will show you what we've been working on, and I'll kind of do a free version for you. Okay, quick, SPY, you're going to go to strategies. The golden gecko should be already preset. You click on iron condor. You make sure normal iron condor has a star on it. You expand the folder. Here's what you want your settings to be. Closest to 45 days expiration, monthly only. Click on 1 standard deviation. So this is 84% target out of the money. And you're with 10 for now. Click go. Here you go. Now to double check, okay, you want to click this tile button right here, and it'll change the values inside the tiles, right? And what you want to see is, you want to see these close to 84%, and the top is close to 2%. And they should be lined up with these lines right here. This is a 2 standard deviation line. This is the 1 standard deviation line. You'll see it. Wait, I'll clear it right here. See right here, 1 standard deviation lines. These two inner ones, this is 1 standard deviation. Outside says 2. Okay, and that's what it'll look like. All right, and a lot of times there's not a strike that lines right exactly on 84 or the 1 standard line, so just it'll get close to it, right? This brown shaded, this tinted area right here, that is the expected range of SPY over the next 30 days based on this current implied volatility number. So based on this math, it should stay within this range. But what if that's based on today, at today's IV or implied volatility, right? It's at 21. Yesterday it wasn't, right? So this number could change, and which of course changes this range. So as of today, here's what it is. Now, back to the chart. If you said, oh, Mark, I'm biased, I think it will drop down, okay? And I think it will head down towards here. Well, if that's the case, and you want to trade that, see, this is neutral. You're 1 standard deviation away on both sides, So if you're betting it'll go down, you might want to give yourself more room. because if it blows past you, you're going to actually lose money. So you could skew it, what we call skewing it, or bias it down towards the left, meaning a lower number. How you do this is really simple. Okay, well, first of all, know your numbers. Probably your profit 70%. You have a 98% chance of collecting 50% of your max profit. As you skew this down, and you can do it with your strikes right here, just click this and look what happens. Okay, watch these numbers. Okay, 63, before it was 66. So you could skew it. See what's happening? So you're actually betting it'll go lower than higher over the next 30 days. See that? So you could skew it based on, and the percentages will change. So you go, oh, it might drop a lot. You could kind of say, if you do this, now you're really betting. There's no way, what you're betting now is there's no way it's going to get above this range. If you want to know what the value that is, just toggle back. You're really betting it's not going to get above 244, but it could get as low as 225. Okay, remember these numbers, right? Why does those sound familiar? Look, what did I say? 225. You're saying could easily touch 225. So go back to your chart. See, 225. You could easily get down here. Okay, but your betting is it won't go below that over the next 30 days. So that's what I mean by skewing. But look at your upside though. Your high was 240. So you say, okay, I don't. If you want to make the bet that there's no way you think it'll go higher than 240, then you go like this, right? And you can skew it down even further. See what I mean? And here's the difference. That's what I mean by skewing it, and how I use the charts, or how you can use the charts to scale in depending on, you know, how you want to do it. Okay, so I hope that helps. This video has gotten pretty long, so let me end it here and let me work on a new video on sharing with you what you could do in low IV if you want to bet that the market will stay at a low IV rank. A good trade you could put on. I've taught it to my private coaching members, but I want to roll out like a free version for you. It'll be different, but I got to keep this stuff exclusive for my private members, but I want to share with you something you could do similar to a golden gecko. And again, disclaimer, I don't trade exactly this way. I have a different twist on it that's been proven a lot more profitable for me, and that's what I share with the private members. But I want to roll out something. I want to share something with you. Work on that in the next video, but I got some stuff to work on, and we'll be in touch. All right. Again, if you need one of these free charts, please subscribe. I only email or set up the charts for my subscribers, so I can email those to you. Hit subscribe at the end of this video, like them, and if you like it, I appreciate it. You guys have an awesome day.